Good morning. It is Tuesday, July 25th. I'm just taking a little fiver here, catching my breath. Been chipping away at this since about 7. It's a little after 9 right now. We're putting in an egress window. So my hole needs to be minimum 61 inches wide. The wall pieces are 43 inches deep and 21 inches tall, and it's in sections. I think I'm gonna have 5 sections, maybe 6. Yep, because I need to be about 5.5, close to 6 feet down. And if I pulled all the rubble out of here, where I'm actually dug down to is about 3. It keeps breaking apart as you scoop it out, so the rubble keeps falling in and it doesn't look as deep as I actually am. But I'm about 3 feet down, so I got another 3 feet to go and then get the rubble out. So this pile is gonna get enormously larger. Did arrange with the customer. They said they'd do something with the dirt. I said, are you sure? Because I don't think you understand how much dirt that's going to be. They said, no, we'll take care of it. Okay, deal. So I got to keep on digging and make sure my sections are going to clear all the way down to 6 feet. And then scrape off the concrete wall, let that dry off, and try and just get ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna have to mark out where my hole's gonna be for the window, and then I'll probably drill corner holes. Then I'm gonna have to take the wall apart from the inside and find those corners, mark them, and straight line, with the pencil my rectangle. Actually, it'll be pretty square. It's a 4x4 window that's gonna go in there, and I gotta go to town with the German saw, and I'm gonna make a bunch of noise and a bunch of dust. I'm just gonna be covered tomorrow. I'm really excited about it. But with the 14-inch blade, I should be able to dive in. I'm hoping 5.5, 6 inches on one side, and I'll whale it with the BFH a couple of times, and hopefully that opens up a crack. And then I'll use my skill saw on the inside for the remaining 2 inches. I'll have to cut a couple slots in here so I can section it out, hit it from the backside, and break it into a couple of pieces. I don't want a lot of pieces, but just a couple, so it's not a 4x4, 4 foot by 4 foot chunk of cement that I won't be able to pull out of this hole. If I can get it into like 1x4 sections, they're still going to be heavy, but I'll be able to get them out. And yeah, then I'll be able to install my window and start getting my well sections stacked up. Those got to get bolted to the wall all the way up. There's flange for 2 tap guns each all the way up, and self-adhesive flashing everything so it's all waterproof. Get gravel in the hole and around the backside of the well for backfill and drainage, and then I'll do gravel about 80% of the way up, and then I'll take some of this fine clay crumble and pack that on top of that with some topsoil over that. And I saved the pieces of sod that I cut out. So I should be able to, finish it off halfway pretty. But they want to have living space in the basement, so you need an egress window in the state of Wisconsin. So there's an escape if something happens from the basement. So yeah, this is the project for probably today, tomorrow, and Thursday I'm hoping to be done. But for now, I just got to keep on digging. I was just taking a fiver. I thought I'd take you along for the ride. You can check this out and kind of see how it progresses. I'm going to keep going for quite a while here before I take another break. Until I'm about ready to fall over, because the sun is starting to get hot, and she's supposed to climb into the 90s today with really high humidity. So this is gonna just get more and more fun. So I'm gonna stay at it while the air is still halfway decent, and when I can't stand anymore, I'll go take a break. But that's where we are for now. We'll check back in a couple hours. All right, so we're a little further. I think I got to a point where this is gonna stop being so miserable. I mean, the deeper I go, the harder it gets, because you got to bend over for every scoop, and you got to stand all the way up and toss it up over this pile. So it's a lot of back work, but I'll just jump in here. Pretty sure I'm leveled off at about 3.5 feet. But when you get down to here, that's sand. So I gotta get the rest of this clay out of here, and I'm just gonna power through, chop it up, and get much of it out as I can. I think when I get the whole hole down to that level, it's gonna get a lot easier to dig. I have found quite a few rocks, and these are great for destroying all the momentum that you had on a swing. It's pretty awesome. Wind up and go to take a big stab, and thud, you hit a big rock. So that's always fun. But I think I'm through that, just about. And like I said, yeah, get the rest of this clay out of here, and I think I'm down to just white sand. And not only is that going to make my life a lot easier for carving the rest of this out, it's going to make this work really good. Like, that's going to drain. That's absolutely going to drain. Clay doesn't drain worth a shit. It takes, if it poured right here so much that those 3-4 inch puddles, it would take weeks for that to soak all the way in. Where the white sand, the water, you got to have a serious downpour for it to puddle up in white sand. It's really fine, so water just soaks right through it. And if this land is anything like my land, that just goes down as deep as you want to dig. So I guess that's good news. It's hot out. I'm hot. So we're gonna power through another 5-10 minutes of scooping as fast as I can, and I'm really hoping that that's just a shelf, and that's gonna make the rest of this way easier. So we'll check back in another hour or two. Alrighty, it is the next day. Just gearing up to do some cutting. This is the mountain that came out of this hole. easily, I don't know, I'd say 2.5, 3 yards, probably 4,000 pounds of clay. So she's just about 6 feet deep. I got my hole marked out where I'm gonna go to town with that thing. And I'm about to make some really loud noise and a shitload of dust. And hopefully this kind of helps with tunneling it out of there so I can breathe. I forgot my PPE, so I'm just gonna have to use that. It's got a filter on it, it'll be fine. But yeah, that's where we're at. That's the window that's going in. Now we need a hole. We got a hole, now we need a hole. So this Billy Bad Boy TS 800 got a 16-inch diamond blade on it, and it will cut, if I dive her all the way down to the arbor, 5 3/4 inch thick. I believe my wall is 6 inches thick, so that'll get me all but a quarter. So I'm gonna make my bottom cut first and my top cuts, and then start running down the sides. And when we connect all the dots, we'll take our shillelagh and give her a nice kiss from the inside. And well, I'm gonna make some cross hatches as well, so we can break it into a few pieces, because that's gonna be like, there's absolutely no way in hell we'll ever get that out of there in one piece. It'll be too heavy, so I'm gonna segment that up a little bit, so we can break them down a little bit smaller. But yeah, it's time for some fun. I got my drill bit here so I can run in my corner holes, and if I have to cut from the inside, I'll be able to do so. So here goes nothing. Alright, this is where we are. It's the next day again. We took the beast of a German saw, slice that thing through her. We made our 4x4 square, and because I don't want to break it out in one full section, because that's going to be too heavy for anybody on this planet to be able to yank out of this hole without a crane. Cut it into 1x2 sections, and I, from the inside, took the grinder and traced out the same 4x4 square. So we should be able to make a pretty clean break. We're gonna go inside in just a little bit here and swing away at it with the 2 BFHs, and hopefully she breaks halfway clean. It'll all fall in the pit. Then I can throw a window and our well pieces in it. So, say hi, Adam. So we'll check back in a couple of more hours. Alright, taking a little 5 here. The dog was not happy about the way we were shaking the basement. We broke through. We got a bunch of the segments out, but you can see how far the saw cut in, and there's another 2 inches of uncut, which I did score from the inside, but you know, the grinder only gets about 3/4 of an inch to an inch, and this guy is about to let go, so that's the next one we're working on. Nice thing is this is gonna make a lot of rubble. Once we get our big chunks out of here, I'm just gonna leave all that rubble in the pit and leave that as breaker, and then throw our fine gravel on top of that. So it's gonna, you know, whatever, work out. But It is not coming out as easy as I had hoped. We got a 8-pound and like a, I don't know, 12 or a 16-pound sledge down there, and we're just going back and forth wailing on her. And it is what it is. We'll get it, but it ain't coming easy. Wow.
And then Scott sold it to me.
Well, we got our hole. So that there window will fit in there. And these are well pieces. They stack up on top of each other. We're gonna assemble it out of the hole and drop it right in, bolt it in at the top and backfill, and that'll push it up. We'll use self-adhesive flashing to seal it off. I might bring a little bit of mortar tomorrow just to clean up some of these edges where the concrete cracked a little bit, but Adam's just cleaning up that last corner with the most badass chisel in the world and the most badass fucking maul you could ever ask to whale on with. So I think we're calling her a day, though. That was not fun. That was not fun at all. This is the remnants of the wall. The customer is gonna wish they would have paid me that extra $1,000 to remove this, but it's too late now. If they want it gone now, it's gonna be $2,000. So we'll check in tomorrow when everything's installed and it looks like an egress. I'm gonna wait until it's done so this video doesn't get too ridiculously long, but alright, hang tight. Okay, it is the next day again. It took everything we had to get the hole busted through the cement, taking turns, 2 sledgehammers, a 12-pounder and an 8-pounder, back and forth, just rattled the living piss out of this wall until it finally all fell in the hole. Got that cleared out yesterday and assembled our pieces, did our prep work, and there she be. We got her well in, windows in, it's weather sealed all the way around. We double weather sealed it. I used GE lifetime silicone and just gooped her the living shit all the way in around it, and then hit it with the self-adhesive flashing all the way around, and then filled in the pit with gravel. I got like 6 pails of gravel in there, so she's ready to go. That's an egress window. Still got to get the cover and fit that over. I'm gonna have to do one tiny little nip with the snips to make it fit, because this, you know, came out of the hole just a little bit. But there it is. That was fun. 4 days of absolute fun. Now they got an egress. Now they can finish off and consider the basement, you know, official living space. So if you stuck around to the end, thanks for watching. God bless you.